So this video is for you on Wednesday, November 4th. I really want to talk to you about pushing hard. I am a weenie and I am notorious for talking myself in and out of whatever it is I wanted to do. And I think that you could all probably appreciate and agree that that's human nature. Whatever we want to do, we can convince ourselves either way to do it or not to do it. But in the end, if it is an excuse we're telling ourselves or some limiting belief because we were taught to think that way, or it's an excuse that we give just to protect ourselves from failing or looking like a failure, you're really only lying to yourself. It's not hurting anybody else but yourself. It may affect your family, but it really is about you. This journey, when it comes to health and fitness, is so much more mental than physical if you really think about it, because every day you have to make the decision to show up, to get started, to finish it to completion, and to give it your all. And I know that I am guilty of pushing pause way too much, stopping, getting distracted because somebody on my team or one of my challengers needs me, and I convinced myself that it's okay to take a break. And I've convinced myself before in the past that I was doing a lot, and I did a great job in the first 20 minutes of the workout, and I can't really do this move really well, and last time was hard, so I'm just gonna knock it off and call 20 minutes good. But in the end, you're cheating yourself. In the end, you know it. Even if you tell nobody, you know it. And if you don't get results at the end of the program that you finish, or at the end of a week or a month, or you don't reach your goals, it only affects you, and that every day affects your mindset, and every day takes you further away from your goal or keeps you right in the same spot where it's so close you can touch it. Make sure that you are promising yourself that you are being honest about everything. And this is one thing that we're going to be talking about a lot as the month goes on, about sobriety. When I went in as an inpatient, because I just had enough of life, and I was really at a bad low point in my life. As I went through, intense therapy as an inpatient, and then as an outpatient in a partial hospitalization program, the therapist kept asking me, about my drinking, and they kept bringing it up. They're very intuitive. If you get a good therapist, they're very intuitive. They watch you, they get to know you, they listen to you, they ask questions. They gave me a lot of information about Alcoholics Anonymous and different programs and around my area, and I filled out so many forms over the course of like about a month's time, and it kept asking this, do you have any alcohol problems, and does alcohol interfere with your life? And I would always say no. And now that I'm looking back, that I had to be honest with myself. Alcohol was interfering with my life. Alcohol was something that I have refused to commit to 21 the 21 days of ultimate reset again, even though I thought about it, because I'm like, 21 days of no drinking. There have been weeks where I didn't get the full workouts in that followed the program, so my results were just sporadic and up and down. And whenever I finished a program, I would celebrate my success by going out drinking beer. Whenever I was happy, I would drink beer. Whenever I was sad, I would drink beer. When we would go out to celebrate my kid's birthday, I would drink beer. When I had a bad day, I would drink beer. It was my only way to cope. It was my only coping mechanism that I ever had. And I have found that a lot of people do this with food, and a lot of people do it with food and alcohol. And this is a horrible way to live. Food and alcohol are not a reward. They're not a way to deal with sorrow, anxiety, stress, anger, pain, happiness. You can celebrate in so many other ways that are uplifting and help you reach your goals and make you feel better. I think about how hypocritical it's been to, be like preaching health and fitness, work out, complete a program, and, I've stayed on track for almost 4 years, but at the end of each one, I'd take a couple of days break, and then I would celebrate by having a weekend of binge drinking. That is not something that I want to do. So I really want you to take today and think about what you've been lying to yourself about. Share it with the group if you feel open. If not, just be honest with yourself. What really reminded me of this is today, my 3-day refresh showed up. Danielle and I committed to doing this together. It's her first round. We're actually doing it on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. When I mentioned it to her, she had no problem with it. And, I knew it was on a weekend, but then it dawned on me when it showed up today. I've never completed the 3-day refresh on a weekend. Why? Because it would interfere with my drinking. I would always start it on a Monday, and I would make sure that I binge drank and ate like crap the weekend, all weekend. Because I thought I was giving up something. And now that I have been, relatively alcohol free for about 6 weeks, minimal drinks to like 3 times. I drank in October, and I haven't drank for almost 2 weeks now, and I feel great. I'm looking around at the productivity that I have in my household with my family, how much more clear I'm thinking every day. I get out of bed on time, way earlier than I normally would. I sleep better. I complete my workouts. Like, I've completed 2 days of workouts with absolutely no need to push pause. I'm seeing great results. Because the alcohol isn't poisoning my body. It isn't making me less productive. It isn't making me sluggish. It isn't making me, make worse choices. But I really thought that, hey, I've done like 14 or 15 rounds of 3-day refresh. Never once has it been on a weekend. Now, because I don't care about the partying, and because I found better ways to cope with, outside things that would make me turn to alcohol, I'm actually able to complete it on a weekend. And I'm going to be using this to make me more healthy instead of getting rid of the toxins that I'd put in my body the month before, because it is safe to do every 30 days. And, I'm taking better care of myself. So it's kind of funny how a product can take on a whole new meaning, and the results that I want and the benefits that I want can be so much more different this time and my focus than the last 12, 13, 14 times. So I just thought I'd share that with you, and I'd really love to hear, for those of you who are willing to open up in the group, what you've been lying to yourself about, and what you are ready to change, and how you're going to change it. Or if you don't know how to change it, making the decision that you want to change it is the first step. And that's kind of what this group, no, actually, this is what the group is for, is to help you find the right path, help you find the answers, the solutions. We're all in this together. There's so many of you that are going for sobriety like myself, and really pushing yourself so that we just beat the trend of gaining weight on the holidays and starting from scratch. Why ruin what you have and start over from scratch? So anyways, I just thought I'd share this message with you. It's long. I hope that you do take the time to listen to it on your break, or lunch, or before bed. But I thought this was a good message, and it was pretty hard to condense. So I hope you have a happy hump day.